Happy Sunday. I'm gonna be on here really like a short period of time. Short period of time. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in. Come on in, y'all. Happy Sunday. I pray that you all are well. I pray that your families are well. I pray that you enjoyed your Sunday. I promise y'all, I don't plan on even being on here for a whole 20 minutes. And the reason why is two things. I just put one of our little people to sleep. And the second thing is I need to put myself to sleep. One of the things that I truly understand while you are building a business, and if you're anything like me, you're working a full time job, rest is very vital and important. And if not, you can literally burn yourself out. So tonight I'm going to keep it short. For those of you all who do not know me, my name is Dr. JaNee Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I help women make money from their ideal all while they're working their 9 to 5. And yeah, all while they're working their 9 to 5. So if you would make sure you share this live broadcast, text it to about 2 people that you know, invite them on in. If you can tag somebody, make sure that you tag somebody here on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get started. So, um, sidebar, I almost forgot to mention plug, like I'm really trying to make sure I go ahead and get through. But October 14th, which is this upcoming Saturday, I am hosting the Know Your Worth conference for the Know Your Worth Women's Conference for women who want to make money from their idea all while they're working their full-time job. So exciting, so great. If you know you are a woman who really wants to make money from her idea, her book, a product, a service, if you have expertise and you're ready to start making money from it on your own, make sure you join me at the conference. It's going to be live in person. The link is in the description, so make sure you click the link. So let me just add this in here, and I'm going to just be honest. So I have been live on YouTube for the past 3 weeks, like literally every single day. And prior to that, I was live on Facebook just consistently. And the reason is because I don't have time to waste. Like, I shared before, and I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all. Like, I'm not perfect at all. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have not made some mistakes in building my business, because this is why I am doing what I need to do now. Because when I initially started my business, my mindset wasn't in the right place. And that's one of the reasons why I'm very focused now on helping individuals, helping women build themselves while they're building their businesses. So I committed to going live every single day. I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but guess what? It's something that I need to do. And let me tell y'all the benefits of it. It has given me such a greater discipline. You're talking about somebody who was a huge procrastinator. Not saying that I'm perfect now, but I was a huge procrastinator. It was to the point where I was like, oh, well, if I was supposed to go live tonight, I would say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Or I give myself an excuse to get out of it. Not no more. Because, excuse me, I understand that nobody is going to do it for me. Nobody is going to bring the clients in for me, and even if they did, it's because I've already done the groundwork to build a credibility in the marketplace for them to be able to recommend me. So if you know that you're building an idea, you know that, hold on, y'all, let me brighten this up a little bit. You know, that worked fine, whatever. Just understand that at the beginning, it may not all work out the way that you want it to work out. And trust me, that is a normal thing. One thing that I truly believe, especially if you are building a brand on social media, there's so much noise. There's so many people out there doing so many things. There are people out there doing stupid stuff, foolish stuff, things just to get attention, to go viral. Let me tell y'all, it's a whole lot of distraction out there. So just be consistent and true to what you have been called to do, right? Do not lose your integrity. Do not get discouraged. Understand that it's all a part of the process. Because if you have a good product, If it's something that people need and you are consistent in your marketing, trust me, you're going to attract the clients that you need. Also, I understand that we are very, very social media conscious, and social media is one of the best ways to market your business. But do not discredit what is it, offline marketing. It is still a real thing. It still works. What do I mean? Meeting people face to face, even as you engage in conversations with people, even when people say, when you have conversations and they ask you what you do, explain to them. I remember when I first started selling my book a couple of years ago, I used to keep like a white plain tote, I mean, like a clear tote with a white top in my truck so that everywhere that I went, if people, I was ready. I was ready. If they wanted to buy, I was ready. I had my what is it called, my Square app. I was ready. I had my card reader. I was ready. Right. So you want to, the Bible tells us, be ye also ready. So you want to be prepared. You want to be ready for opportunity. Don't get stuck with social media, because if anything happens, that's the only thing that you got going on. You want to be able to network outside of that. So if they have networking events outside of, I mean, in your community through the chamber, if people are hosting events, I know here in Albany in November, one of the small business owners is hosting like a women's pajama networking event. I'm going to, and so excited about. Go out there and meet people. Like, networking is still a real thing. Guess what? When you're on social media, you're networking, you're talking to people. So, hey, so tonight we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm already over 6 minutes in, and we're going to do this thing. So, hold on, let me get to my notes. So tonight we're talking about not getting caught up in what it looks like. So I'm just going to set this precursor. So, and I'll be honest, this has been my experience, okay? A lot of the times when you start out in business, it may not, your idea, and this is not to diminish anybody, okay, go with me here. Everybody's experience may be different. So do not be surprised if you don't get the results that you want in the time that you want them. Don't be discouraged, because one thing that I understand is that while you're building a business, God is also building you as an individual. And as much as we would love to have these massive results in a shorter period of time, you want to make sure, good evening, you want to make sure that you are prepared for the results that you are requesting. You want to be prepared for the massive amounts of money that you are believing God for. It is nothing like praying and asking for something and then it comes and you're not ready. That's equivalent to um you're praying for the rain and you don't have an umbrella, you don't have rain boots, you don't have a raincoat, and you're driving in a vehicle that does not have any working windshield wipers. So you want to be prepared. If you are in expectation of something, of major downpours of blessings and clients, are you set up for that? Are you set up, if you want to make $50,000 in a month? Are you set up to receive $50,000 a month? Do you have accounting that is positioned so that you're not paying out all of this ridiculous amount in taxes? Do you have QuickBooks set up? Do you have something, a financial or accounting system set up so that you can account for everything that you're receiving? If you're selling products, right? And do you have the inventory? So let's just say that you are selling a product, right? And you want to sell 10,000 of that 10,000 10,000 pieces of that product. Do you have $10,000 pieces of that product? I truly believe that you have, the Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. You can't pray for something, believe God for something, and not have the work in alignment to fulfill what you're believing God for. It doesn't make any sense. Again, it's like praying for the rain and not being prepared for a torrential downpour when it comes. Because one thing that I understand, what you are believing God for, what you've been praying for, as long as it's righteous, and it can also work in against you, but as long as it's righteous, trust me, it's going to happen for you. So here's the thing: you don't want to get caught up in entrepreneurship. You do not want to, and this can apply to any area of your life. I wish I had my water. Don't get caught up in what it looks like, because those things that you see are temporary, right? We are at, on the East Coast, it's 10:09 p.m. We're in a different time than we were 2 minutes ago or a minute ago. Okay. So don't get caught up in what it looks like. Also, looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving. People can look nice, but when you get to know them, they may end up being somebody who is horrible. So don't get caught up in what it looks like. Don't get discouraged because you are marketing, you are sharing your product with people, and nobody is buying as fast as you want them to buy. Here's the thing, and this is something that I had to learn for myself because it used to discourage me. Remember, there's a lot of noise in the marketplace, and people are emotional buyers. So if people don't see you, if they don't see your product often enough, if they don't see you in the marketplace consistently enough, they're not going to buy anything from you initially. So you have to continue to consistently show up. It goes back to Walmart. It goes back to McDonald's. These companies have been around for years, yet they continue to market because they want to make sure that they are top of mind for whoever their customers and clients are. They understand that if they stay out of the market too long, that people are not going to come to their store, even if they've been around for hundreds of years. So you got to make sure. Oh, I need a new phone case. This is ridiculous. Ew. So you don't want to get caught up in what it looks like. So let me tell y'all a quick story about that. As it pertains to my personal life. So my husband and I've shared this before, we were homeless for about, from 2000, I think it was 2012 to 2014, right? And my husband had put a ask out there. He didn't even ask. He said that when we moved back into our own place from being homeless, that we were going to rent a house. And it is so amazing because when we started looking, we took an act of faith. We didn't know where the money was going to come from. We didn't know how we were going to pay for a house or an apartment or something. So we just literally got into the vehicle that we had at the time, and we just decided to ride around, right? We didn't have, we were behind on bills. We were literally just making it. We were living with family. One night we stayed in the car, but we had some faith to say, you know what? The Bible says that without faith, it is impossible to please Him. So, in an act of faith, we got in our vehicles and we drove around. Lo and behold, there was a property that was for rent. And while at this time, I was pregnant with our oldest son, so we went back to the property management company, got the keys, look around in the duplex, right? It ended up being a duplex. Mind you, my husband said that he wanted to purchase, he wanted to rent a house. So we walked around the duplex. I wasn't excited about it, but in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm really, really ready to get back into our own place. And let me tell y'all something. There's power in your words. If you haven't gone back to listen to the live that I did, I believe that was on Thursday, about are you entrapping yourself by your words? Oh my gosh, you have to go back and watch it. Let me tell you something. You talking about a live that will wake you all the way up and make you shift the words that you speak. Go back and watch that live. So my husband put that declaration out there. The Bible tells us that there's power of a life and death in our tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And he put that ask out there. Long and short, we went to look at this duplex, didn't like it, but we were like, you know what, we're ready to get back in our own place. Let's see if we can get it. So initially they told us it was going to be about so many hundreds of dollars down, and then we were going to have to pay first month's rent. We went back and we're like, okay, yeah, we want to go ahead and get it. So we submitted our information, and let me tell y'all, it was a wing and a prayer because we already knew, where our finances were. So they approved us, but here's the thing: they wanted us to put down double than what they originally quoted us, because we had to break the lease from our former apartment because we couldn't afford to stay there anymore, right? So I was devastated, needless to say. But here's the thing: again, don't get caught up in what it looks like. So fast forward, although I was devastated, right? Not too long after that, we rode around again with some of our church members. Long story short, we moved into a house. So God honored my husband's desire to rent a house so much that he said, and this is just Dr. JaNee's visual of what I believe that God was saying. Like, okay, I appreciate y'all going to, take this act and start looking for a place. But this man said he wanted to move into a house. And because I am the God of increase, I'm a God who, owns everything, I'm going to honor his request. And he loved us so much that he didn't allow us to move into this duplex. Mind you, it was a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom duplex. Things in there weren't even up to par. But the house that we ended up moving in was much better. It was 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, had a nice sized kitchen, living room, dining room, sitting on over a 2 acre lot. And lo and behold, we ended up purchasing the very house. So we would, if he would have allowed us to move in there, guess what we would have been missing out on? We would have missed out on all of that. So don't get caught up in what you see, because what you see is deceptive. What I saw at the time was discouragement because these people like was charging us double than what they originally quoted. Needless to say, God was working behind the scenes to get us moved into a house. And although it seemed like it was delayed, although it seemed like we were denied, God had a bigger plan. So don't get caught up in what you see. Last week, I had the pleasure of promoting my conference, and because of the ask, I was able to go on the local radio show, and I had like a 5 to 7 minute segment. That 5 to minute segment, that one time that I thought, but I prayed and I was like, okay, God, whatever connection I need to make going into this interview, you go ahead and do it. Lo and behold, they offered me a segment on the show twice a month. That is free advertising and marketing for me. And let me tell y'all how huge this is. This is not just, okay, visit my business. This is not just somebody telling somebody about me. This is me talking. This is me coaching live. This is me empowering women, which is what I do. So I already know that my gift it has already made room for me and put me before great men. Already. Don't go by what it looks like. You may not be making the sales at all, or you may not be making the sales that you want to see right now. But at the same time, God is building you for what is about to come. You just need to ride the wave. You just need to do what is necessary. You need to continue marketing. Excuse me. You need to continue to advertise. You need to continue to tell people who you are and what you do and what you have to offer. You need to tell them the solution that you provide. You need to speak your brand out and loud and do it consistently. Let me tell y'all, sometimes like, and I remember I would be before, and I thank God for growth and maturity. Before, I would be discouraged because I didn't get as many views, but now I don't care. Why? Because I know as long as I continue to show up in the marketplace, the right people will see me in the right time. My message is clear. I help women make money from their idea while they're working their full-time job. How many women have an idea, a book, a service, a product, something that they want to make money on while they're working their job? A whole lot of them. So I know I can't get discouraged about what it looks like. Because let me tell you something, if you go by what it looks like, it's only going to distract you. It's only going to discourage you. It's only going to make you give up. And that is a ploy of the enemy. The devil is a deceiver. His goal is to make you look at what your current situation looks like and get discouraged so you'll give up. His goal is to make you feel like, okay, because I have these kids, because I'm working this job, how in the heck am I going to how in the heck am I going to make money from my idea? You get out there and you do it. You do a little bit every day. Let me tell y'all, doing one thing every day creates consistency and discipline. That alone, it creates consistency and discipline. And those are the two things, the two things among some other things that you need in order to succeed in business. You need consistency and you need discipline. What happens is a lot of the times people come out the gate, they grind hard and all of this, they do it for a short period of time and then they stop. It's just like the race between the tortoise and the hare. The hare started out real fast. It seemed like he was passing the tortoise, right? He was going real fast, and it seemed like the tortoise was going real slow, and he wasn't making no strides. After a while, guess what? The hare got lackadaisical. The hare slowed down. The hare started getting distracted. The hare thought he had already beaten the turtle. I mean the tortoise. But what the tortoise had is he had consistency. He had a pace that he committed to and he stuck with. And this is what happened when people get committed and consistent in their business and they get consistent about pursuing their idea. As long as you are consistent every day, if for you, if what it looks like is posting every day, then post every day. Because let me tell you something, the more you post, the more people are going to see what you have. And here's the thing, remember, people are emotional buyers. They may not buy from you today, they may not buy from you tomorrow, but guess what? Eventually, if they have the problem that you solve, guess what? The first time they have that issue, they're going to think about, oh, I remember so and so used to post this, so and so used to do this. And guess what? They're going to end up coming back to you to buy whatever it is that you have. So don't get discouraged if you put your brand out there, or you put your product out there, or you put your service out there, and people say no. You say no to stuff all the time. You say no to stuff all the time. Y'all, I'm excited. I had a perfect move week. I had a perfect stand week. That's one of the reasons why I do love my Apple Watch. Right? But then I have to, a lot, and let me tell y'all, this is how I encourage myself in entrepreneurship. I know how I am about buying stuff. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna buy something, and then I may wait, right? Or I'll come back to it, and then I'll forget, and then I'll see it again. And then because I've seen it again, it'll remind me to buy again. So don't get discouraged if people don't buy from you immediately. Remember, these are people. You focused on making money. This is these people money. Just like you take your money seriously and you are aware of where you put your money, so are they. You just want to make sure that you continue to show up in the marketplace strong so that whenever they're ready to buy whatever it is that you have, you are the only person that they think about. So I'm going to get ready to go to sleep. I'm going to get ready to go to bed. Y'all, I'm so excited about this week. Saturday is the Know Your Worth Women's Conference for women who want to make money from their idea all while they're working their full-time job. Y'all, I'm excited. I am ready. And I'm going to tell y'all the details after Saturday because it's going to be so good. So y'all have an amazing week. Remember, do not get caught up in what it looks like, because behind the scenes, what you're not seeing is that God is moving on your behalf. What you're not seeing is that he's making provision for you. What you're not seeing is that he's protecting you because he loves you so much. So don't get discouraged. Be encouraged. Have an amazing evening. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that anytime I am live, you can join me. Until next time, know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.